GITV is brought to you by KWA, G&G Armament, Operation Lion Claws, Palco Sports, ICS, and Javelin Airsoft Gunworks.
Hello everyone, thanks again for joining us for another great episode of Airsoft GITV. My name is Tim, and I've explained in previous episodes that we've given 3 of our technicians $1,200 to build their dream airsoft gun. We've already covered Spencer's gun. He built an M4 SOP Mod Block 2 with a really strong emphasis on the internals of his gun. This is Aaron Mora's gun, and he has a little more of a balance of a great internal build and a great external build. Now, Aaron started with a HK416 by VFC. Now, there's not much you can do to the actual gun of the 416, and that's because the real gun features a gas piston system instead of a gas impingement system, and as a result, since the piston takes up a little more space than your traditional gas tube, the rail system is unique. And in order to give you a monolithic upper rail, the upper receiver is also unique. So since you can't really change those components, you can't really change much of the base gun. But Aaron was able to give a little bit of flair to the externals by adding a Magpul MOE retractable stock. Also from Magpul, we have the MOE RVG, which is the railed vertical grip. And from Madbull, we have the Gemtech barrel extension on the end of the barrel here. Another really cool accessory that Aaron was able to add was the VFC Pec 15 Pec Box. Now, unlike other Pec Boxes that house the battery for the gun, this is a functional laser and light unit. The battery for this thing actually fits into the buffer tube, so there aren't any additional wires on the outside of this gun, which add a great element of realism to this thing. The pressure switch for the Pec 15 is on the left side of the rail here, and I really think the tan and black motif that Aaron went with works really well, which is why he has the Magpul ladder rail covers on the side here. The only other accessory that's on here is the Vism by NC Star green dot and red laser. Aaron actually removed the iron sights on this thing so that you could use the green dot sight with red laser really easily. So you've got a laser on the top, you've got a laser on the right. If you add a laser on the left, you've got that Predator style tri-laser aiming thing going on there, which I think would be pretty neat. Now, before we get into the externals, I need to cover one extra thing about this gun. The magazine that's going to come with this thing is this really cool HK416 magazine, and it's a really unique high cap. It holds 300 rounds, but as you can see, there's no wheel at the bottom, and so it looks really realistic. It doesn't look like an airsoft gun magazine. So you've got the HK logos, no wheel. You actually wind it with a special tool that fits into this little pinhole right here on the side of the magazine, which I think is a really extra cool touch of realism. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of the internals of this build. Now, the internals of this gun are actually very similar to what Spencer did. This gun features a Tinely motor, Sigetek gears, and an Airsoft GI Pom Piston. And the reason both techs went with a very similar drivetrain build is because it's reliable and it works. The Sigetek gears are some of the best gears on the market. They're very strong. The Airsoft GI Pom Piston is also very strong, and the Tinely motor is a great performing motor, especially at its price point. Additionally, Aaron has added a lot of Magci Box components in here. We have a Magci Box cylinder, cylinder head, piston head, we have a Magci Box ball bearing spring guide, ball bearing bushings, 8mm ball bearing bushings I believe, and a Magci Box M120 spring. So we've got Magci Box all over the internals of this gun. Also on the internals of this gun is a Reaps bucking, a 6.03 tight bore barrel, and the Kevin Sorbopads to help correct AOE a little bit and to brace the piston from hitting the front of the gearbox and hopefully add some longevity to this thing. Now, something that's unique that Aaron did that none of the other techs did is focus a little bit of his energy on building a very accurate and long shooting gun, which is why he added the tight bore barrel and the Reaps bucking. But he didn't just put another 300mm barrel in, he actually added a 455mm barrel from an AK into this thing. That's why he added the Gemtech barrel extension to cover the inner barrel, because it extends all the way pretty much to the end of this barrel extension, which is a great feature of this particular AEG. Now, the reason he was able to do that is because he kept a lot of his stock components. I mean, there's not much you can do to the exterior. The 416 is already a really bitchin' gun, and some of the internals he didn't have to change, whereas some of the other techs did. So Aaron did a great job building this thing. It performs really well. It shoots over 30 BBs a second with an 11-1 live poly battery, and it shoots just under 400 FPS right at 390, so it's going to work well for a lot of different fields out there. Stay tuned to GITV because we got one more gun to go over, and that's Frank's custom build. My name is Tim. Thanks for watching. That was a really loud bang.
Airsoft GITV would like to thank Condor Outdoor, Elite Force, Contour Camera, Aries by Z-Shot, G-Code Holsters, and Vism by NC Star.
Here, it looks great. I really like the tan and black motif that Aaron went with. We have also from Madbull, or Magpul. I hate, why are these guys using these components? Madbull, Magpul, Madpul and Magbull. For the externals, with the exception of these Madbull, not Madbull, Magpul rail covers. Magpul! Unique upper receiver so that it meets the upper receiver, or it meets the upper rail on the rail properly. That's a lot of R's. But anyway, that's why it's really unique. What Aaron was able to do, though, to add a little bit of flair to the externals, I want to start over. A little bit. Now, he started with a VFC 416.
Really? What is this, amateur hour?